If you're a renter and are thinking about buying a home, but are not sure if buying a home is the right idea for you, stay tuned because in this video, I am going to go over the pros and cons so you can decide if owning a home is right for you. A lot of times, people have difficulties deciding if they should rent or buy. There are 3 pros and cons you need to know before you continue to rent or decide to buy. Stay until the end. I will tell you the biggest benefit and fear you will have if you decide to buy. Pro number 1, pride of ownership. You own the place. You have the freedom of what you can do in the home. You can paint the walls any color you want. A lot of times with renting a home, you'll have white walls, and sometimes that can be boring. Some people are artistic and love colors and patterns, so being able to just have that freedom to design the rooms and the spaces will help you bring out your personality and the feeling you want from your home. Con number 1, you have to have money set aside for remodeling if the home is not updated or needs work. If the kitchen needs remodeling, depending on what extent, it can cost you anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000. If your house needs a new furnace, that can easily cost you $5,000. You would either need to put that on a credit card or pay cash for it. When you are renting and something breaks, the landlord will repair it for you. But as we know, sometimes landlords can take a long time to get the work order, but at the end of the day, the cost falls on them. Pro number 2, buying a house is a good investment. It's a good investment because the home appreciates and gains value every year. Let's say the average appreciation is 5% annually, and there are some areas in the San Jose, California, Bay Area, Silicon Valley that appreciate by 10% annually. If you live in your home anywhere from 2 years to 10 years, you will see that house prices have gone up, and by the time you sell it, you'll make a profit. You are going to live somewhere, so why not invest in a place to live in? Think about how much you will be spending on rent. When you own a home, you are paying towards your mortgage and building equity. If you are renting, you are paying your landlord's mortgage. Let's say you are renting $3,000 a month. You take that and multiply it by 12, you're paying $36,000 in rent. Let's say you decide to live there for 5 years, you would have spent $180,000 in rent. Let me tell you a story. I know someone who has been renting in the Bay Area for 10 years, and they were paying anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 a month. Let's just take $4,000 as an example. If you take $4,000 times it by 12, that's $48,000. You times it by 10 years, that's $480,000. That is a lot of money. Now, the family is still in the Bay Area and is still renting. You'll see in San Jose, the median price for a single family home in 2018 is $1.2 million. And now in 2023, the median home price is $1.5 million. So you see, in 5 years, house price has gone up by $300,000. Con number 2, you will need to save some money before buying a home. You need to save for a down payment. Your down payment can be as little as 3.5% down for a house. You need to save some money for closing costs, which is about 2% of the purchase price. You should have at least 6 to 12 months reserves, so in case anything happens, you can still pay for your mortgage. You will need to learn how to budget, and this can be learned, so don't worry if you don't know how to budget. As I promised, here is the biggest advantage of owning a home. Pro number 3, tax savings. When you own a house, you can write off your interest and property taxes. If you are married, you get a tax exemption of $500,000. If you are single, you get a tax exemption of $250,000. That means for a married couple, if they live in their home for 5 years and it goes up in value by $500,000, they can sell it without paying any taxes. None at all. This is why people in the San Jose, California, Bay Area, Silicon Valley can buy houses in the $2 million, $2.5 million, $3 million range. It's because they roll over their profit from the sale of their house into the new property. You are not starting over when you need to come up with a down payment on your next home. Con number 3, you need to be committed to your home if you decide to purchase one. If you don't live in it for 2 years, you will have to pay taxes on any profit when you sell it. If you don't pay your mortgage for months, the bank can foreclose on your home and take back the property. You can lose all your equity and down payment you had put into the house. Paying your mortgage should be your priority. You have to be a responsible person when it comes to owning a home, and sometimes that even means you need to cut back your expenses or change the way you spend your money. When you rent a house, you cannot write off your rent. When you are renting, if you don't pay for your rent, you get evicted. Whether you are renting or buying, you are still paying to live somewhere. When you look at the pros and cons, you have to think about your long-term goals. Do you want to rent for the rest of your life? Or do you want to own a home and build your wealth? How do you want to raise your family? In a rental or in a home where your kids can grow up, build memories, and can call the place home? My question to you is, do you know anyone who has owned a house and says, I regret buying it? More often, you'll hear this, I wish I would have bought 5 years ago. If you gained some new knowledge from the pros and cons of renting and buying a house because of this video, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be updated when I post new videos. If you have any questions or would like me to go over your situation, let me know in the comments or contact me through my information below. Watch this video next to learn about buying a house. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.